All right, family, what's going on? So here we go. This video, we're gonna move as quick as we can through it. Gonna show us how to do the formatting of our essays. Formatting is the arrangements and the layout of our essays, writing, so that we're setting it up for college, for most college and/or business formats. All right, this is an actual student's writing right here, a response that we're gonna do some edits with as an example. All right. I'm seeing a lot of these here. I'm seeing a lot of similar things across essays. So this is going to help right here. That this person's name is blacked out, highlighted out, so that we have privacy, and for her privacy. But she has her first name and last name. All right, right there above there, first thing in the heading. Auto in the top left corner. Then we got a date, full date. All right, not an abbreviated month, not just numbers, full date. All right, so January 16th. Notice there's no space before the comma, and we're going to add a space after the comma. I'm going to say that again, no space before the comma, one space after the comma. All right, that goes with periods, exclamation points, question marks, commas, no space before it, one space afterwards. She did forget the two right there for 2022. We'll add that in. Now, African American, it's African American history class, so we can add that there. Boom. And you know me, I'm with Malcolm with this one. We're Africans in America. So if you'd like to use African American, that's perfectly fine. I'm just gonna say how I see it, how Malcolm see it. We're Africans in America. So this is our African history class. Boom. Um, so African history, comma, and then in parentheses, your day and the period, the first period that we meet. So she meets A days, fourth period, fourth and fifth really, but so we call that class A day, fourth period. All right. So I appreciate that she got that in there in the parentheses A-4. Next line, teacher name. All right. So Brother John. Now I do actually lowercase my name sometime on purpose, but for the for the for us here and just getting everything, keeping it consistent and just being mindful of details, you can capitalize it right there, Brother John. And then, of course, the final line is the high school, our school we go to, Morrell Dobbins CTE High School, CTE High School. So it's M period for the abbreviated Morrell. Put one space after the period. Boom. Add that in. Dobbins. CTE is all capitals. All right. That's an acronym. Each letter stands for something. So it's Career Technical High School. So all capital CTE, and then high school, two words. And because it's still part of the specific name, we're gonna capitalize this. So capital H, capital S. Boom. Now we got our heading in order. Heading is cool. All right. Um, there's one space after the heading, and then we got our title. Okay. Um, when I put the cursor right here on the title, I notice it's still the left align button right here. So what I'm gonna do is that tells me she spaced over to kind of eyeball it about where the center is, and that's cool. But let's actually let's bring it all the way back there. All right. And now we're gonna just highlight the title and use our center button, center align. It's the one with the jagged edges on both sides. That's the center align. Click that joint. It's gonna pop it right in the middle automatic for us. We also want to put it in, we want to bold it. So hit the B, and we want to italicize it, lean it a little bit. Boom, right there. Now we got our title. Typically, there would not be quotation marks in a title that's typed. Only when handwritten would you put quotation marks, but when typed, you don't. You would just bold it, italicize it, and that's it. Center, bold, italicize. This is a quote from Fred Hampton. That's why we go leave the quotes on there. All right. And with the title, as far as what gets capitalized, what's lowercase, the first word is always capitalized. The last word always capitalized. So let's capitalize revolutionary. Boom. Major words in between are capitalized. Is not a major word, so it's going to stay lowercase. And not really a major word. In this case, if you wanted to capitalize, it's one of them rare cases where I feel like capitalize it or lowercase it. Personally, I'm going to be fine either way. All right, but there we go. We got a centered, bolded, and italicized title. hit enter one time, and she has a space already there, one space above the title, one space below it. Now peep how her titles, and hers actually wasn't like this. I did this to show this. Notice how it says we click right here. It's size 16. All right, we don't do anything but 12 up in this whole college thing. So we're gonna highlight everything. All right, highlight that, and go up to the box here, click that down, and just choose 12. Now everything is size 12, even the title. I know it's kind of boring, but that's the way it is. Your excitement comes with what you write in your title, and so on and so on. The formatting, all the creative stuff come in when you do poetry and stuff like that. These regular essays, it's a regular format right here, boom, like this. Now I can tell there's one space right here, so it looks like she knew to, as far as the paragraph, it looked like she knew to indent her paragraphs. All right, every paragraph gets indented. If it was a business format, they would not be indented. But we're talking like regular essays, you indent each paragraph. So it looks like she remembered to do an indent. It's just got to be bigger. All right, you gotta it's got to be real noticeable. It should be about the width of your thumb. About. So I'm gonna backspace, take that space off there. All right, and now let's actually do a real indent from the far left side. If you're on a laptop, you can just hit the tab button. Boom, tab one time, T-A-B. Top left corner, near the top left corner of your keyboard. All right, third row down. If you're not on a laptop with a tab button, T-A-B tab, then what you could do is if you just got a space bar, 13 times on the space bar is an indent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Boom, and now we got an indent. All right. When we get down here at the end of the next paragraph, if she was going to go on and do more paragraphs, just hit enter one time, and now we're going to go from the very next line. We're going to indent, tab button or 13 spaces in, and then just start typing. All right, there we go. And you got the second paragraph indented. Sometimes people choose to put a space between the paragraphs, and you can. I tend to prefer just straight hit enter and indent, no extra spaces, because when you double space all this later on, if you decide to do that, then you're gonna have extra space in there anyway. All right, so that's everything right there as far as formatting, family. We got the heading. All right, we got the title, center bold italicized, size 12. We got all the writing is size 12. Times New Roman or Arial. She did all Times New Roman. Cool. All right. And there's one space above and one space below the title. And we'll call that a wrap right there. That's the formatting. Okay. Real quickly on as a side note, I'm gonna say I've noticed people do this before. When you use the word black and you're talking about people, capitalize it, please. If you're talking about like this is the color black, not people, just the color black, then you lowercase it. But when you're talking about us as black people, please put a B on there, a capital B on there. All right. And one other thing I noticed here that's not formatting that she got. Sometimes people use this here. She's talking about colored people. Well, that terminology was used for us by a lot of white folks, particularly during the Jim Crow era, and it was used offensively towards us. All right. So you might find people in our community saying it sometime. All right. But technically, and if anybody outside our community was to say it, you know, it tends to be taken as offensive. You know, so what the more accurate or respectful term would be people of color, not colored people, but people of color. Sounds like it's very small change, but it's due to how the colored people was used in the past. All right, so we're going to change that to people of color, capital P, capital C, just like we capitalize the black when we talk about people specifically, people of color. All right, some people write or abbreviate that POC. If you're texting or something like that, cool. Writing a formal essay, please do write the whole thing out. And that's it. I noticed one more time she said it right here, so we go do that right there too. People of color. All right. Boom, boom, boom. And of course, people of color includes um, all melanated people of some sort, some hue or whatever. So it's basically everybody except for white people, people of color, um, black, brown, red, yellow, so on and so on. All right, all the racial color categories are considered people of color. All right, so enough on that too. This all right here. I'm gonna delete this extra stuff here because I was just showing that. And there we go, family. There's the formatting. Thank you. I hope that helps. Any questions, please let me know. Peace and love to you.